because I'm a little rusty. I haven't done this in a while. But okay, so you are a 3-8-1, right? So a 3 in a positive, when you are operating and your energy, your 3 energy is working in its positive highest level, you engage in heartfelt, uplifting expression, and you communicate with inspiration, sensitivity, and joy. That's when you know you're in the right space with your 3, okay? But when you are like letting your 3, your ego, which in my opinion, ego is edging God out. When you get into your ego edging God out, then you're operating from that lower energy space. Then it says you're feeling depressed and disappointed, overly sensitive, you complain, and you're filled with self-doubt. So when you're like, okay, you know when you're doing this, you're like, okay, I know I'm a 3, I'm real sensitive. Because now you're recognizing things that you may not have understood why you were, you know, so like for instance, your mother made that when now you'll talk to you, she's like, oh yeah, when you were a kid, you were really sensitive. Or you were real expressive. So maybe some of the times you were expressing yourself and you were doing it from that positive side. But there are also times where you will operate from a negative side. But when you know it, then you just go back to the positive side, right? So that's your 3. Then your 8 is power and abundance. So when you're in the positive space and, you know, really probably feeling good and not, you're not apologizing for maybe this confidence that you have, right? So then it says you enjoy the abundance and the influence without concern or abuse. And you share your blessings generously and wisely. Yes, ma'am. That's when you're operating in the right space. Okay. But that same 8, you could be preoccupied with issues of money, power, control. Mm-hmm. That's when you know you're let that energy go and go back to generous. Right. Okay. So those 2 energies make up your 1. So you're happy and you're expressive and you're inspirational and you have influence and you have abundance. That's when Sean is in this space. Okay. So those 2 energies combine, then that you get your 1 energy, which is your creativity and confidence, right? So it says you channel high energy and inspiration, and it talks about itself and service. So, but when you're in the negative, they say you're blocked, you're stuck, you're frustrated, you're ill, lethargic, insecure, and addicted. Yeah, well, we won't be none of that. Exactly. So you flip it, and guess what? And guess what, Sean? Because it's double, it's like intensified. Mm-hmm. So, I would say now that you understand, when we did the general overview, we're like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know about these energies individually and how you're on or off with them, right? Right. Then you combine that, and now, like I tell people after this reading, you cannot just go through your life day to day and not recognize these. Right now. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because you've just been enlightened. Yeah. You just had your enlightenment. Yeah. And so now you know when you're feeling this way, what's going on. You can catch yourself. Absolutely. Yeah. And so can you give the name of the book? Yeah, the name of the book is The Life You Were Born to Live. It's really cool. And the author is Dan Millman. Yeah, Dan Millman. So for those that are readers, check that out. But that's what I've been using in order to take someone, they just get their birth date, give them the general overview, and then help you understand the 9 energies, and then specifically how your birthday makes up your own specific energy, and then looking at where you are in a 9-year cycle. The other thing is cool about this book is he talks about how you can do a combination of 2 energies. Like my number is 347. Okay, and you are an 11. So our combined energy is 9. 9 stands for integrity and wisdom. Interesting. Yes. Okay. Yeah. You gotta like that. Okay. That's cool. You gotta like. He's always interested, and so trying to know some more stuff. That means
Yes, indeed. I'm always
Did it really? Did it resonate with you?
Yes.
It made sense.
Yes, it makes sense in a lot of facets.
And you were able to see like situations and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And one thing that he mentioned was he said he started something 3 years ago to come back, and it's about to see the fruits of labor. Our Lives Matter was birthed, and back in 3 years ago, and it's been ruptured. Now we're getting all the pieces together. I would love to give a shout out to the team of Our Lives Matter: Tony Merritt, Phil Lockhart, Kawana Good, Sean Curley, Trina Tober, and now Tanya.
Oh yeah, you did join, didn't you?
Yeah. She was appointed. She didn't have a choice.
She was appointed.
Yes, the president and treasurer.
So speaking of all that, let's just jump on into that, Sean, because you got mad stuff going on. You got Our Lives Matter. You got Soul for Souls. You got this event coming up in Columbus. Is it this weekend?
It's this weekend called Keys to Black Wealth. I want y'all to be in there. I think that's my camera. Which one is my? I'm gonna look at that one. Hey. Keys to Black Wealth. If you are in Columbus, Ohio, in the tri-state area, you want to go to Keys. I think it's keystoBlackWealth.com and get your tickets because it's going to be phenomenal. They're going to be shaking keys. It's going to be some inspirational people dropping financial nuggets for your future. Make sure you show up. And if I didn't mention, it's going to be open bar, and they're going to have that ooh-wee. So you definitely want to go there.
Ooh-wee.
That part. And that's Keys to Black Wealth this Saturday in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay. This Saturday.
So that was the tag for us.
Cool. Okay. So tell us more about Our Lives Matter.
Our Lives Matter is a nonprofit organization. For one, we feed the homeless. Two, we work with at-risk youth by meaning kids that are in like junior high up to high school, and we track them under the auspices of wanting to do better. And we have certain curriculums from financial literacy to basically to enrich them because they don't have the big brothers, they don't have the fathers at home. So we try to have that negative image and mystique that they have that we talked about with our producer of this show on the way over there. Like the image of the black male is no longer there.
Right. And we gotta bring it back.
We're trying to bring it back and get them to let them know that somebody cares. Half the battle is letting them somebody care. Mm-hmm. So we don't work with these kids and these at-risk youth now. They might be the ones that show up at your doorstep giving you that business that you don't want. So therefore we try to change their lives and tell them this, they're one step from looking like this, or one step from being in jail, or one chance of being dead.
Right.
And we want you alive because we need them. They are our future.
And that's Our Lives Matter.
Yes, and last point is dealing with the veterans. Sister Knowledge, you want to take, a lot of gentlemen, as far as myself, been in the military, and majority of people that do socially have been in the armed forces to some certain degree. That when they come home, get the PSC, nobody cares. They go to the VA.
Yeah,
and the VA just gives them a speech, and sometimes you would consider it a joke. Wow, then you got veterans sleeping outside on the floor in the cold. And I just don't like the metaphor. We go fighting and live and die for the country, but when we come to the country, we subject it to the lowest term. Oh, you didn't do that? Well, it's just not so unfair.
Yeah, they use you up and they don't make sure that you're compensated. And that's not good. The government needs to take better care of those that put us in the position that we're in now.
Yes.
They really do. Just like this is Black History Month, and I feel like it's nothing like it used to be. Like when we were growing up, Black History Month was celebrated. Right. Kids knew about Black people and authors and doctors and lawyers. I mean, your neighbor. I mean, they making history. They working jobs. They successful. Like, nobody talks about the stuff. So I feel bad sometimes when it's Black History Month and we don't do stuff. So I've been doing some stuff with the kids. But we need to do more in the community.
Absolutely.
We really do. The Our Lives Matter. If somebody wanted to get information on that, who would they get in contact with, or how would they?
Well, they can get in contact with me, or they can go online.
So if somebody wants to get in touch with you and wants to know about anything that you got going on, please tell them how they can tag you. Or
if you want to get in touch with Our Lives Matter, you can go supportolm.org, and that's the email. Telephone number for Our Lives Matter is 561-707-9456. Again, that's 561-707-9456 on your sister Knowledge Network. That part.
We are with Urban Reality Radio, and we are so glad that you are here. Um, Today, you gave me information on Canna Glow.
Oh yes, Canna Glow.
Canna Glow.
Canna Glow.
Tell these
Oh
people
my
what Canna Glow
goodness,
is,
Canna
because I'm
Glow
really excited.
is one of the best things I think that this happened at this time, at this moment, that has gravitated in me and so many other people at this time. The company hasn't even kicked off yet. It's kicking off 420 with their first launch.
420.
At 420. So anybody that's available to hop on this process, get on this money train. I mean, I never thought there'll be a day that we can get paid for having your own virtual dispensary, and your dispensary stays open 24/7 while you're asleep. So for somebody to want to urge and say they want a vape pen or they want some cheek and chong, they can go online, order it with the Amazon of cannabis. Long story short, no storefronts.
Amazon of cannabis.
Yes, no storefronts, no inventory, no bills, no apologies. I mean, it's just that simple.
I like
You tell
that.
a couple of friends and you share the opportunity for them to be successful, or you just share them, hey, if you don't want to be that part, you can just focus on your store. Tell people to go to your store, go to your store. You talk to people every day, go to your store, go to your store. And it's not just for recreational purposes, it's for medicinal purposes as well.
Yeah.
We all, everybody has CBD receptors in their
Yes.
body, and it helps out with the skin, the spleen, every other that people just don't know.
Yeah.
So
We got a class coming up on that too. Like I know everybody, well, I have sickle cell and I'm going to be more vocal about that.
yes, it is.
And because nobody talks about it. But anyways, there are a lot of different cannabis related medications and different things that we can use in replacement of a lot of these pharmaceutical drugs that have a harder effect on your body. So we are going to have a class today. We're going to talk about that. So that is something that's going to be coming back up in conversation. For those of you that would like to get a reading, you can leave a message at 513-549-1739. We will be having a segment with Tanya Reed Reads. That'll be coming up, and it'll be a weekly segment. So if you would like to get read or have a reading done for you, you can call that number and leave a message, and she will get your information. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I need to
Oh yes,
tell you guys?
if I may interject, please. I want to interject out there for those who don't know that it's something that was birthed today prophetically, and I just have to say that people that don't even know yet, but they're going to participate in this one. It was birthed out of this specific location, so it's somewhat similar to Soul for Souls, where Our Lives Matter is going to strategic partnerships with Great New Light Baptist Church. What was the other church that you mentioned?
Queen Chapel
Queen Chapel.
A&E.
That we're gonna gather the church for these young men, older brothers that don't speak our dialect. They're from friends,
That's right.
but look like us, and they not speak like us.
So we
but
were
they're part of
reaching
us.
out to the African community that has and the immigrants and the migrants that have come here and that are settling here and trying to create a new life. And we want to be able to help them and to provide resources, and that's through Soul for Souls. And if you would like to be a part of that, they are still looking for volunteers and donations. Tell them what all you're looking for by way of donations.
By way of donations, you can always go to the Cash App as we're using right now to ROUR Lives, LIVES Matter, MATTER, and the number 8, so 38, the number 8. And now to get you and make your donations fine, because we're trying to continue to feed the homeless, work with at-risk youth and the veterans. And also the most important thing that we're doing with this cause is getting shoes. We're getting shoes. We want shoes. We want shoes. If you got a pair of shoes out there, hey, let us know. Hey,
If you don't
Gently
have
worn.
shoes, they're gently worn. You have a room full of shoes. You have a basement full of shoes. Bag them up, please. We will pick them up. We did this before
okay.
a few years ago. There was a campaign for shoes. Remember, Carl? Man, we had big construction size bags full of shoes. Remember I had that bag full of size 10?
And you just
This
didn't know
lady
it
had a
came from.
room full of shoes.
Wow.
And she said, if you guys can come clean this room,
You can have everything in it.
Oh, wow.
So I took 4 teenagers over there with me, and they got about 8 bags of shoes.
And you know, something else, I would even say, you know, it doesn't have to be like all, they can be seasonal. So you could have flip flops, all because at some point they're gonna need to switch out of boots.
Yes, yes.
And some keep their feet cool then. So that's, yeah, I don't think that they really have shoes that fit their feet. That's
Yeah.
one thing I'm.
So we really
they're
need
wearing
shoes. So if you have
shoes
some
that are
some
undersized.
shoes that may be used,
Gym shoes.
gently used, or if you want to donate some new shoes,
Yes, absolutely.
where would they are going to call Sean?
Yes, you can call me at 561-707-9456. And that's we're finding a different location. I will be asking my cousins. I am a pastor's grandson, Reverend Fred Lee Shuttlesworth. If you need a church home, you definitely visit 710 Fred Lee Shuttlesworth Circle in Avondale, where the pastor is Bishop, my cousin, Boogie B, Stevie Benson. He's a full horseman. And I just want to say again, so I got to give drop a love. When you tell me drop a love, I'm going to drop a nugget. Yeah, and that part. And if not, y'all drop it off at the church. I'll be talking to my other little brother, Rick Bedford, at Park Place. Y'all go call Rick. Tell me definitely come to Park Place. Yeah. You can go drop it off at Park Place.
We really,
and we're gonna make
this a success. Let's get some shoes.
We really want this to be a success.
Souls
for souls. Please call. We are going to have an event coming up, and we will let you know more about it. That will be sponsoring Soul for Souls. So once we get all that info, we'll be letting you guys know, and it will be at Park Place. So
absolutely.
Give the address.
1184 Kemper Meadows Drive. 1184 Kemper Meadows Drive.
Yes, so we will be putting that info out there. So stay tuned for that. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else, guys, we need to cover?
I just want to give my little brother and let me say Rick and Brandy. I'm going to know. Park Place. Those are looking for jobs. Looking for jobs. I know I'm not in town. They always say I don't come in town enough to try to establish. That's why I got my brother and sister. I got to work the day-to-day operations. And we need. We hiring cooks. I'm looking for cooks. I'm looking if you can cook, hosts, bartenders. We looking for it all. Show up and tell them Sean Ross sent you. Tell them I sent you. If you need a job, America. See the problem? These folks don't want to work no more. Nobody want to work.
No, but we got jobs for you.
We got jobs for you. You want to work?
We got jobs for you.
We need volunteers.
Bible say, man, don't work, don't eat.
Yeah, that's right.
Get a job.
That's why we're on the system now. Yeah. That one.
But that's a whole nother conversation. Yes, we're gonna be talking about the system. Oh Lord, that part. But yes, we thank you so much for joining us. I want to thank our sponsors, Call on Call, Diamonds in the Rough, ENT, Trunk Show Boutique, Park Place Restaurant, and Mr. Sean Ross. Sean Ross has a wine, you guys.
Oh yeah.
You know we are
Right
the wine people, and so we like to promote wine. And tell them about your wine real quick.
Well, our wine is called the Sean Ross Sweet Red, the 5 Mile Lane edition. 5 Mile Lane is what we call Nutbush, Tennessee. That's where my family is pretty much from.
So it's got some southern roots.
Some southern roots. The grapes are southern. They just juicy and they sweet. And
Okay.
Blackberry taste. I mean, just make it.
Where can you get that?
Okay.
Right now.
When is this going to be available? At Park Place.
Yes.
So you can get it at Park Place down in May.
The grapes are getting ready to marinate, so sometimes.
So y'all look for that. We're gonna have a commercial, girl.
Yes,
so we have to do some commercials. Oh yes, it sounds like we got a lot of stuff coming up.
We'll be casting for a reality show as well.
Yes.
Me and my nephew Romeo Miller. That's right. You can see some grown up hip hop, and we got some coming. It's gonna be prophetic and it's gonna be big.
Okay.
So, we'll be soon. Movie casting sessions will be again at Park Place.
At Park Place. All right, Park Place is that?
That's the double
1184 Kemper's Meadow Drive.
That's right, 1184. Don't y'all miss it. It's across the street from Kroger's on Kemper and Forest Park. Don't act like you don't know. Anyways.
Again, that goes back to
First chicken and fish.
3811, double creativity, double confidence.
Yes.
And with your 8, which is your power and your abundance and your
That's
expression
what they
sensitivity.
That's what they smell. They smell confidence. I got that from Dean.
You just exude confidence.
That's
right.
And he is. He's double creative, double confidence.
So that means you guys in the city need to start looking forward to seeing a lot more from Mr. Sean Ross and what he has coming. And keep your eyes open for Miss Tanya Reed's Reads. I'm telling y'all, they kicking the doors in Cincinnati. These are some hometown natives that have come back with some sauce, some seasoning, and some spice for the city. So you guys need to recognize, pay attention. It might be some things you can learn from them. So once again, I would like to say thank you for joining us with Getting Knowledge with Sister Knowledge. And in all things in getting knowledge, please get understanding. And thank you.
Yo.
We in the building, Sister Knowledge Show. Get here. Urban Reality Network. That part.